What's going on, YouTube? This is your boy Cornell, the Tech Savvy Rider. Hey, today is November 12th, and what I want to do right now is make a quick video going over the products that I have on my Slingshot. I'm going to basically run through and give you my rating of how I feel about this particular product or a particular product, the value of the product once I install it, versus what do I rate this product as, to kind of give you an idea of not everything on that you purchase is something that you're going to need, but these particular products made a surprising were very surprising to me after I installed them. They made a difference, so I'm gonna bring them out right. I'm gonna talk about them right quick. So number one, the first product is talking about this Ultra Guard cover here that I'm removing on DEATHSTROKE. Now, no matter if you keep your Slingshot in the garage or outside and on the driveway, I found that this cover actually has a value, which means that every time I jumped in the Slingshot, I will always try to wipe it down before I took off in it. I always want to look good or have it look good and clean before I pull off in it. Well, the issue I was having is I was constantly wiping it down before I got ready to ride. But this cover, it actually keeps it clean once you wrap it up after you clean it. And no matter what type of cover you do get for your Slingshot, just get one, and and cover it up once you clean it up and park it, so you won't have to worry about trying to rub it down and make it look nice again for your next ride. And this cover actually surprised me, and I'm not saying this because this cover in particular, just a cover itself to keep it covered from the dust, the bad weather, or the harsh weather like the dust. It's not to protect it from extreme weather like hail and stuff, because you already got it in the garage, but to keep it from the dust and all this other stuff that kind of makes it look bad just by sitting up. I don't know if you can see my truck from here, but truck just been sitting in the driveway and it looks dirty as whatever. But this cover here on the Slingshot will look the same way because of it just sitting here, and it still would be dirty. But the cover itself protects the vehicle from getting that dirty, and I like it. So my must-have product for the Slingshot right now, number one, is going to be my cover. Number two, I'm going to jump inside the Slingshot right quick and tell you about a couple of other products that actually surprised me. I got my little light on in here to kind of go over it. Now, when you first get your Slingshot, you have a major blind spot. Okay, the blind spot is actually dealing with, you have nothing behind you. You can't see nothing behind you, and your side mirrors basically only cover so much behind you. So my next product that I would highly recommend for any new Slingshot owner to get would be the round mount rearview mirror. Not only does this mirror help see what's for you to see what's behind you, there's also a in place or a peel and stick cover that you can put over the mirror, which is what you're looking at now, which makes the viewing behind you a lot wider. And also with your side mirrors. My side mirrors also have these peel and stick convex mirrors on it. So now I have a complete 180. I can see everything on my right side mirror behind me, going all the way to the rear view mirror, and then all the way to my left mirror. So it's giving me a complete 180 of me. I don't have a blind spot. I'll put it like that. I know what's behind me because I can see it now. So there's going to be item 2, item 3, and then item 4 that I highly recommend for any Slingshot owner to get. Alright, now with that being said, another major difference for as a product to purchase for your Slingshot, I'm gonna have to go with the F4 mats here. Not only does it look good, but it is comfortable and it keeps and it's easy to keep the inside of the vehicle clean. All you gotta do is just take a rag and wipe it down. So this will be my next item that I would highly recommend for you to get as a new slingshot owner. Cover your floor, make them look good, make them feel good, and you can also get them for the dash on the top here. I don't have mine all the way down like I should, but I like them, and it makes it look good. Now, the next question most people have when they get a new slingshot, from what I've been seeing, people been asking about, okay, I got a new slingshot. Which one should I get first? The music or the lights? Okay, I'm here to tell you that I did it both ways. On my Gold Wing, I had the lights installed. I installed the lights on the Gold Wing myself, and then took the Gold Wing to a shop to have the music installed. Now for the slingshot, I installed the music first. I did it myself, and then I installed my lights. All right. The problem I had with my motorcycle was once I took it to the shop to have the music installed, I had to go back and uninstall all my lights and rerun the wiring so I can get it to run correctly again. So in other words, your music takes up a lot of space. And if you're not prepared for that, or if you run your lights and your wiring for your lights, if you run them first and then put your music in, then you're going to have a lot of issues with the wiring because it's so much wiring goes with the lights where the music itself is basically center point. It has a specific place to go, and it has to be installed in a specific way. Your lights, on the other hand, you can install them any which way. But I highly recommend, and I'm talking from experience, do your music first before your lights, and you'll run into less complications if you do it that way. Alright, now with the music, with that being said, with your music, then your next necessity becomes pods. Okay, if you're going to run an aftermarket stereo system, you're going to need pods. There's no way to run an aftermarket stereo system without these pods. It's just simply impossible. The pods can get very expensive, meaning these little holders for the speakers, you can't install speakers without them. So it becomes a necessity to get them. Now once you got them, you got your music, you got your speakers, then go for it. Everything is going to be put in place. Everything is good to go, and your wiring is basically going back to your stereo system and your amplifiers up under your seat. Whereas your lights, they're going to be running everywhere. So get the stereo system out the way, so when you do run your wiring for your lights, you're good to go. You don't have to interfere with your stereo system, or nothing is going to be interfering with your stereo system, because now you're running your wires going around all the wiring for your stereo. And the reason I'm saying that is because I found it to be a lot easier when I did it that way. Install the stereo, then install the lights. Now the rest of the products on my slingshot, I'm gonna go over that I have purchased. I'm gonna just basically rate them from 1 to 10 to give you an idea of what how I feel about them. But they're not a necessity. It's just stuff that I wanted. Alright, first thing first, it's going to be all this peel and stick type of decoration. Yeah, all of it makes it look just, make your slingshot look good. But, like I said, it's mostly decorative. It doesn't serve no purpose other than to make your system look good. Now, I'm going to go over some major products that I did purchase for this slingshot. Number 1, the stereo system. I'm going to rate it as a 10. You got to have some music. The next item is your lights. No matter which system you get, or what design you get, or whatever brand you get for your lights and your light kits, it's rated at a 10. You got to get them. Okay, so whatever you decide to get is on you. But your stereo system and your lights are all rated at a 10. Something that you just simply gotta have. Now all the other stuff on my slingshot, I'm gonna go over. Starting for the front, your sequential lights, turn signal lights. I'm gonna rate them as a 6. They look good, they serve a purpose, but did I actually need them? No, it was just something that I wanted. And they look good, so I'm gonna rate them at a 6. Now, here comes the complication. The luggage rack and the saddlebags. I'm gonna rate these at a 9, both of them. For the simple fact, once I installed the stereo system took all the space that the slingshot had. So I had no choice but to get me some additional space. Because of the stereo system needing more space than I was expecting for it to take up, I had to buy some additional space. Now I'm not talking about the luggage rack and the saddlebags in general. I'm talking about the storage in general. So no matter if you get the luggage rack or the storage bags, or you got the bags in the rack and the racks that goes on the back of the frame, additional storage is what I'm talking about. You're gonna need it. So I'm gonna rate additional storage as a 9. You're gonna need it after you install your aftermarket system. Is it worth it? Saddlebags cost me, I think, almost 5. My luggage rack cost me almost $1,500. Is it worth it? I'm gonna have to say yes. It is well worth it because I needed it and I wanted it, so I got it. Alright. All the additional stuff that you can get, like your top here. Everybody know how I feel about this top. I'm gonna rate this top at a 5. For me, it was something that I wanted, but I still have not found a purpose for it. So I'm gonna rate it at a 5. It looks good, so I'm not gonna take away from it, but it's not something that I would recommend for anybody to get right off the back. It's got to be something that you want to do for yourself, and you're just doing it because of the way it looks. Other than that, the main thing I want to bring out is for your stereo system and your lights is you got to have a bigger battery. An additional battery or running a upgrade battery versus the stock that's in here is a 10. It is a must. So no matter if you run the LSI 920 or you got 2 smaller lithium batteries for your slingshot, I highly recommend changing out that stock battery after you done rode it for a while and you start adding accessories to your slingshot. That additional battery or that upgraded battery has become a 10 because you're going to need it. That stock battery cannot hold what you're about to do to your system, about to do to your slingshot when you start upgrading it. That stock battery cannot handle it. Now, which one do I prefer between a bigger battery and 2 dual lithium batteries? I would say I prefer the 2 lithium batteries. So that way when I start wiring stuff, I don't have to worry about wiring stuff from the front all the way to the back if the battery is back there, or wiring all the stuff from the back all the way back up to the front because there's only one battery. I have 2 batteries. One in the front, one in the back. So whatever I need to wire in the back is wired to the back battery. Whatever is wired to the front is wired to the front battery. So that's the way I feel about that. But the battery itself, the upgraded battery, is a must. And I would have to rate that as a 10. Other than that, anything else that you see for on the slingshot is mostly decorative, or it is a necessity. Now I do want to bring up the necessity for my RAM mount, which is my RAM mount camera and my radar detector. These are not a necessity, but I strongly feel that the RAM mount for my GoPro camera it is a lot versatile or useful than I'm seeing videos on YouTube where the driver has a camera mounted on the back here somewhere, and he's turning his head from looking forward on the street. He's trying to look in the camera, trying to talk to people while he's making his video. Man, stop being dangerous with that stuff and just get you a round mount with a camera in front of you, facing you. And when you want people to see what's in front of you, then put another camera on your helmet. Run a 2-camera system. That's how you defeat that. Don't be turning your head off the road trying to look in a camera that you got mounted behind your seat just because you want people to see your face while you're driving. That's too dangerous. Don't do that. Other than that, hey, that's my spiel for the day. I gave you a rundown. Now, I told you cameras. I told you stereo lights are 10. That's a must. Storage is a 9. You gotta have it. Necessities is going to be dealing with your mirror, for as your rearview mirror, your side mirrors. Those are a necessity. So if it's a necessity, it's a 10. Okay, everything else, alright, the floor mats, like I said, it's good to go. I would rate them at a 9. But everything else is just decorative pieces that, I decided to put on the system to try to be unique. They just look good. Other than that, I hope this helped you out and give you an idea of what route to go when you decide to start adding stuff to your slingshot. So did I answer the question for you? Which one is next? The music or the lights? Hopefully, I convinced you that the music should be the next before you try to install your lights. Because it's a bigger headache if you do it the other way around. Other than that, hey, that's my spiel for the day, YouTube. Y'all have a good one. GoPro, stop recording.